Everybody, this is Sweet and Spicy. Now we're going to be doing interviews. Here we have, actually, we'll let you introduce yourself.
Awesome. So my name is Bovey Zhang. I am the esports director here at UMSL, and I have a pleasure speaking with two of these most wonderful people here.
Yep. So Bovey has been the person running everything here at the esports arena. He's the person to thank for pretty much everything going on here, as well as Demi, our lovely producer. So first question that we've got for you.
Yes, I'm ready.
We'll let you go.
Okay, how did you end up doing esports at UMSL?
At UMSL?
Yeah.
Long story short, I had a esports program I was growing in Tampa, Florida at another university. And then I just saw UMSL was kind of looking for an esports director, a program manager, and I decided to put my resume in the hat. And within that week, I got a phone call back and said, "Hey, I'm ready to interview you." And that's how it happened. So the funny story is I was actually the last person to apply to the job. They already interviewed 5 other candidates before me, and I guess lucky Hombo, I was lucky, and they decided to choose me. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and so I think one thing that probably helps you a lot with your resume is that you have a lot of experience in this field, right? This is not your first program of esports.
Yes, I'm actually pretty seasoned and old. Can't tell, good genetics, it happens. But I've been doing esports over 10 plus years. I started it as a passion project, something I really enjoy doing, and I wanted to figure out how to make it more longevity wise. So I started to.
That actually sort of goes perfectly into our next question we wanted to ask, which is more of a young Bovey question. How did a young little Bovey get into gaming?
Oh,
how did you get into gaming in general?
Gaming in general, I can definitely say when I was a kid, I played with my brother, Sega, Nintendo.
Yeah.
That transitioned into Dreamcast and then transitioned to N64, right? And then GameCube. And you know how the system goes on. So I was always been an avid gamer growing up. Never actually started PC gaming until I got to college, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yes. And only reason because of that, you know, I have very strict parents, right? Couldn't play games at home. Got the college. Like, well, I got my first laptop, League of Legends. So
that's funny because that sort of leads into another thing that we didn't actually write down, but I just think it's funny we're talking about. We already know it. But what's your favorite game, Bovey?
Right now, PUBG. Lo and behold, PUBG, when it first came out, for example, I wasn't really a big FPS player.
Really?
No, I was not. I played League of Legends heavy. I played a lot of other story games.
I mean, I'm the same way. I'm not very great in FPS. I'm more of a mobile guy.
That's true. But PUBG felt a little different, right? Even though it was aiming in some sense, but there was a lot of gun control that you had to optimize and stuff like that. Just made me attract the game a lot more. And, you know, that's why I enjoy it so much.
Well, I'm sure we could get you to talk about PUBG for the entirety of our time.
Of course.
But let's go to our next question.
Okay. Our next question is, you have been part of a lot of different esports programs, as mentioned. What are some of the memorable moments from your experience? Something funny.
Funny? So I'll say memorable, funny, etc. So I worked in the pro scene before, and the people there, it's just different than working in collegiate scene. The difference between college and pro, there's a lot more passion in college, right? And people that want it, they put a lot of effort into what they want to do. So that was a really great thing. I think a really good funny moment was we set up a Smash event in Florida, and then we had a directors like Smash Brothers competition because they had a few people who play Smash Bros. I guess like in one segment piece, I was playing Link as a character, and then I think I thought it was funny. I literally just one-stocked him. He had like 20%, 30% health, and he got destroyed, even though he played Smash Bros. That first time. I thought that was pretty funny. But you know, overall, that's just some memorable experience I had, and stuff like that.
Yeah. This is actually another question we wanted to ask you too. Is that with all of the people you've met working in esports and all of the stuff you've done in esports, are there any people who are particular inspirations for you that sort of show you? I mean, maybe they don't have to be from esports, but just general like inspirations in your life on how you like present yourself and run things around here at esports.
Sure. Students influence me a lot. I think I will remember a lot of people that put effort into this. That's what drives me to become better. right?
Yeah.
It is all the people that want to see this happen. They enjoy the esports program. They enjoy being a part of the community. I think that's a very driven force that inspires me to do better. Right. I guess the most inspirational person is my wife, Demi. She definitely motivated me to be better. I think outside the box a lot to kind of develop this program and help me, foreshadow what we need to do and kind of go from there. So those are definitely inspirational things. So.
And that leads us into another question. Speaking of Demi, how did you guys meet?
Oh, funny story.
Well, I guess first we should say who Demi is.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely
Everyone knows
producer.
Demi is our lovely producer,
Yes.
Bovey's wife,
Yes.
who also, as I said, helps out a lot here running things. So,
Yes.
and now you can explain how you met Demi.
So honestly, we met online. It was my first esports organization, and then she came from a different organization, and then that's kind of how we met, is through online gaming. So in our first interaction was just, helping building the esports program, not in college, but just in general. And I think we started connecting. We had the same passion, we had the same discipline, and I finally met her. I went up there to meet her at a DreamHack event. Right,
That's sort of sick.
Yeah, right?
That is sick. DreamHack as the first meeting is sick.
Yeah, and she was looking good. I was like, okay, well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then it kind of happened. We just talked a little bit, right? And then, one thing came out of another, right? At the end of the day, let's say that I went to Canada to grab her to bring her to the States and solidified it then. So
a true gamers meet,
Yeah, exactly, right?
It is exactly the two esports directors. That is how they would meet, right?
Exactly.
Which is very funny.
No, it's awesome.
So now going into another part of your past.
Yes. Ask questions.
Yeah, we saw that your first job that you had was you were in the Virginia Army National Guard.
Yes. Okay.
And I just was sort of curious how that sort of shaped you as a person, how that experience working in the Army.
Just it's actually not my first job. That's the only one I just put there. I actually worked like in other jobs, but only related to different positions, right?
I see.
Data analyst. I
Yeah.
also worked as a lifeguard. I worked at a movie theater.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and tech stuff. But my interaction with obviously the Army, National Guard, the reason I did it, let's start with that, right? I felt like, I needed to contribute to the country that I live in. Right. That was my first initial thought, because my brother's also in the military.
Yeah,
You guys
I didn't
know
know
that. And I'm actually going to his graduation. He's becoming a lieutenant colonel at a very young age, but we don't have to go into that. But the experience was good. Boot camp was really nice. I was in the Guard for 8 years.
Wow, that was one of the other things I was going to ask you is how long.
Yes, and I was a 25 uniform, which is signal and communication, military intel.
Yeah.
So I did all of that stuff. But it was a good time. I think it was a rough time too, just because of all the rigorous stuff you have to do.
Yeah.
But it's a really good experience, right? You met a lot of great people because they're doing the same thing as you do. So you did make a lot of not just friendship, but family. So I think that was a really good experience with that. It taught me a lot about, how the world works.
Yeah. So just a little more out of curiosity for me, but did you, when did you know you're like, yeah, I want to go into the Army? Was this something that you knew you want to do for a long time? Like
not a long time.
Middle school or
no, it was honestly, I remember it. I was running on the treadmill with my mom at the YMCA, and we were just talking about my brother or something. I was like, I told her, like, maybe I need some more discipline, because I wasn't like a good kid, right? If you guys, I was kind of, we don't have to go into the whole picture about. Right. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to reform myself, right? Figure my life out, what I wanted to do. And I was like, oh, wait, why not take this and embark that military lifestyle and kind of teach myself discipline and be able to be accountable for things that I need to be accountable for. And it worked out well. I think it was really good training for me, and I learned a lot from that.
Yeah. And I mean, this might be too much information, so you don't have to respond if you don't want to.
Of course.
But I do know this is something you've talked about with me personally before, that your mother was like a big inspiration for you and sort of like taught you how you live your life. Something we were talking about just the other day.
Yes. I mean, as I aged more, I appreciated my parents a lot more, right? It's just looking at how the world works. She taught me the fundamentals a lot, right? So it's not, for me, nothing actually comes and scares me. I am not nervous about anything anymore, because there's always a way out, right? Or there's always a solution that you can do. So I think that's what I really appreciated, because I was able to get a lot of opportunities as a child, be able to kind of have those rigorous tasks and problem solve. And so those were inspirational for my life and how I live my life now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, yeah.
So then, did you want to bring up your other question you wanted to bring up to sort of lighten things up a bit?
We know you have cats.
3 beautiful cats. Yes.
Funny moments with the cats.
Funny moments every day. They're always fun.
Every day.
Every day. So we just got a house, right? And the best thing, we had a white cat named Jasmine. She was very enclosed, doing herself thing. But it seems like once we got the house, she was more out and about, more happy about it. And just kind of seeing her like being able to turn around, it has her paws up, right? It's very cute, right? And being able to kind of like jump on different things, right? I felt like that was a very cute moment. So that's Jasmine. She's that little princess that you want.
Princess.
Then we talked to Apollo, right? He's an orange cat, right? He's that rambunctious cat. But the thing is, he's like a dog cat, right?
He plays the personality.
Exactly, right? Is all over the place, very clumsy, kind of loud sometimes, talks to you, will meow a lot, and can play fetch.
Oh,
Yes. So if you throw something, it'll come and give it back to you, and he will meow
the
at
name
you.
Apollo makes a lot of sense
Yes.
with the fetch aspect.
Yes. And then Mr. Magic is the anxiety cat, right? Black cat, right? Very calm, skittish about almost everything, but the sweetest cat you'll have. Will lay on you, will sleep on you. Before, when we got him, he just didn't like hands at all, right? He was we got all of our cats from a shelter, so like, you know, they had some issues going in, but as we grew with the cat, like the most loving cat ever, right? He used to bite too. Now he's just so loving. So just kind of seeing those transitional phases between how a cat is to ours now is never the animal. I feel like it's how people care about it, right? And what you do to kind of be a part of their lives. I think that's very important.
Your cats sound absolutely amazing, and I'm going to need more pictures after.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we've got some pictures up for people to see right now.
We have some pictures. Our cats, all 3 of them, they're beautiful cats, right? Like I said, each one of them has a story. Mr. Magic was our very first cat, and then Apollo came, then Jasmine came. I didn't want a cat in the first place, right? Because my apartment at the very beginning didn't allow cats, right? But the first cat was like an anxiety cat, right? We needed one, and the second one was the second one. We went to a shelter. We weren't supposed to get anything, but it chose me.
It shows you.
Right. It shows me.
This is my
Yes, it was sleeping on my legs, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And
every single time.
I told Demi, "There's no way we need to go to a cat shelter ever again because I got Apollo." We didn't go to a shelter. We went to a cat cafe. That's how we got Jasmine, because they also were, you know, adopted, you know, obviously sheltered, you know, cats that you have to adopt, and she was the only one out there that was just by herself. She felt so lonely and derpy because her tongue was out. I was like, okay, well now, exactly, right. And now it's like, oh, I have to get it because she's alone. We want to take care of it and stuff like that. So
from what I've heard from my experience adopting cats at cafes, they always, every single time, they're like, hey, this cat is bonded to another cat. You need another cat if you want this cat.
Well, I think real quick, we are sort of running out of time. So we've got one more question for you. The most important question we can ask you.
I probably
start off.
Do you like sweet
or spicy food?
Ooh.
Which one's better?
Be honest, I'm a spicy man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I love
Give me the handshake.
I'm a spicy man. I love spicy food. It's just, even though it's bad for me, so sweet, but I always choose spicy over sweet.
See, right? I knew that because you get on me about sugar all the time.
Okay, well, this was our lovely director, Bovey Zhang, and I think that's going to be all for us in our little segment of sweet and spicy.
Have a great time.